Hello everyone, I'm Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle in the UU tier. We're going to be facing Xavier, who is one of, just someone I found on Discord as well. He wanted a UU battle and I was like, okay, we'll do it. This guy kind of asked me like out of nowhere, so I was just like, okay, I don't know which team I wanted to use, so I just picked this one again, because I figured why not. This is a team I kind of did well with it, and I kind of wanted to see if I could do a little bit more with this team. So, yeah. Xavier. I think this guy actually found him in Shofu's Discord server, so yeah, I think that's another reason why I was like, okay, let's battle him. Because if I say no to people in Shofu's Discord, I always feel like, I don't know, I always feel weird when I just say no and whatnot. Plus, he was all like, you trying to battle? And I'm like, no, but I gave him the battle anyways, so yeah, anyways. All that aside, I lead off with Infernape. He leads with Magmortar. I go for close combat. I led with Infernape because I kind of had a feeling his team doesn't really have much switch into close combat, so I was like, yeah, we'll go with that. So this thing does not go down to close combat, and as a result, it gets to retaliate with a Focus Blast, almost KOing my Infernape, which is kind of annoying because it would have been nice to have this thing relatively healthy. So yeah, but the good news is that I do get to take out this Magmortar nonetheless, and now he's forced to send in Beedrill, which I can outspeed, but it's not gonna be able to take it out because I'm using close combat, which I'm pretty sure it'll survive even its stab because, I mean, resists and whatnot. So yeah, it's gonna be weakened, sure, but I kind of feel like I need Infernape for other mons on his team. So yeah, here I hard switch and I go in Glisker here, which is definitely a nice switch into Beedrill because the worst thing that this Beedrill can do to Glisker is just knock off my Toxic Orb, which doesn't end up happening anyways. So because he ends up trying to go for Fell Stinger right here, which would have been bad if I just let my Infernape stay in and go for close combat again just to weaken it. I mean, not really, because I still have Sharpedo, but still, I don't know. I didn't feel it was necessary, and like I said, I kind of need Infernape for other things on the team, such as a Shaman. Yeah, because I mean, Sharpedo can't one-shot Shamans typically, so it would be nice to scare that thing out and force it to take damage in some capacity. But not to mention, Shaman is also one of those Pokemon that are bulky but also carry reliable recovery, such as Synthesis and whatnot. So I definitely don't want to mess around losing Infernape when I can probably use it later in the battle and whatnot. So yeah, here a lot of shit happened. I think I U-turned into the into Latias here after getting my Stealth Rocks up because I had a feeling he was gonna send in this Suicune against me. So I went into Latias, and the reason why I went into Latias was because this thing may have Ice Beam, sure, but if I get a couple Calm Minds up, I can be able to attack it with a surprise move that I have on this this Latias here. So yeah, I get one Calm Mind up. He set up a Calm Mind as I went for the U-turn, and now he's going for a second Calm Mind as well. And he's at +2, I'm at +1. I think here's where I decided to try to go for Psyshock. Or, I think, yeah, it was Psyshock, I think. I don't remember. Was it Psyshock? Yeah, because I remember that one of the Latias that I had Psychick, and the other one had Psyshock. Okay, so yeah, this one had Psyshock. This one had Psyshock, and I went for it at +1. And then here, he goes for Scald. And because he went for Scald and not Ice Beam, that gave me the impression that this thing did not have Ice Beam. So I was like, okay, so that means this thing does not have Ice Beam. So what I wanted to do right here was just go straight for one more Psyshock. And if it does, if it puts it in the orange bar, HP bar, then what I'm going to do here is finally go for that surprise attack that I'm going to go for right here. You're going to see it right now. It's actually something that I don't think I've ever seen on any Latios, so this is going to be really, really telling, but here it goes. We're going to be using the Electrium Z. In other words, we're going to be using Gigavolt Havoc with the Electrium Z on this Latios. The basis move for this Z move was actually Thunder, so I was like, wow, really? Who runs Thunder just to run Gigavolt Havoc on Latias? That's just hella weird. But it's a Calm Minding Latias, so at the same time it kind of makes sense. Because if you set up and manage to use this on something, and nothing on any team can take it very well, it'll do a lot of damage if not just straight up take out anything. So yeah, and right here it actually came in handy because this Suicune, if he got enough Calm Minds up, this would have been a big issue. So thank goodness that with that Z move, I was able to get rid of that Suicune. Now here he's going to send out Diancie, and I'm going to do a lot of damage. Because this guy was from Shofu's Discord server, I was literally afraid that this Diancie would just come in here and try to Trick Room me, and I'd just be going down to a bunch of craziness. But thankfully that doesn't seem to be the case. Instead he just goes for a Moonblast, and from the looks of it, the Diancie is Life Orb, so it's meant to be just an offensive Diancie. Maybe with Trick Room, but he did not go for it, so I guess his priority was just to take out my Latias, but because of the +1, I was able to survive a Moonblast, so that was really, really good for me. Now here, obviously, he's going to go into Beedrill, and I obviously did not want to let him get that Fell Stinger off. Again, I know that I can just go into Sharpedo and protect, but I mean, at the same time, he still has that Shaman, which I don't want to risk just losing something and then having to deal with that later. So here I go into Gliscor, obvious switch in. He did try to go for Fell Stinger, as you saw. Now he's forced to switch out. I go for the U-turn because I definitely know he does not want to stay in on a Gliscor, and even if he did, I would have just gone straight into Sharpedo on this U-turn. So because Gliscor was slower than Beedrill, so I can definitely just go for Sharpedo if I wanted to. But this Shaman was really my biggest concern because, yeah, look at that. It's a leftover Shaman, so I needed this thing to take enough damage so that I can either take it out with Flare Blitz from this Infernape, which thankfully I was able to do, or put it in range for an Ice Fang from my Sharpedo. But as you can see, I guess you can say the first option happened. I was able to take this Shaman out with Infernape before it went down, so that was basically all my Infernape was needed for, was for that Shaman. So now that it goes down, I'm not really like phased by it. This Pikachu was another of my concerns. This is the reason why I went into Among Us on the double down, because I didn't want to risk this thing having like the Picashnium Z or whatever the hell it's called, and just getting through my Sharpedo's Protect. So because my Sharpedo is adamant once again, and if this Pikachu is actually jolly or naive or whatever, it will outspeed my Sharpedo. And if it gets that Z move off before I get the speed boost, it might even take my Sharpedo out. So I did not want to risk that. So here I take out the Pikachu with one Sludge Bomb, which is really, really funny, especially because of the fact that the Iron Tail that it went for did absolutely nothing to Among Us. It just goes to show you the power of Pikachu in all honesty. But yeah, here he goes for Mega Beedrill, which is his last Pokemon. He went for Tornado there. I was like, what type of move is Tornado in the first place? But he went for it. It did not. It did quite an amount of damage, but not enough to take out my Among Us. So here, I just kept going for Sludge Bombs with Among Us. I did have a move that could have just one-shotted this thing, but for some reason I kind of didn't feel like revealing that move to him, so I just kept going for Sludge Bombs. This revealed to him that he went for not only Tornado but also Poison Jab. I don't know if Tornado is a Poison type move, but if it is, why even carry that and Poison Jab? I don't know. But yeah, here I just go into Sharpedo just to get the Protect off and Mega Evolve and just take this thing out with a Crunch. He tries to go for Tornado again, which is kind of weird. Like I don't think I've ever seen a Mega Beedrill with Tornado. I don't know what the point of that is. Oh, I think it's so that it can hit multiple times after a Fell Stinger. I think that's why he ran that. But why Poison Jab? And I'm also starting to get the impression that this thing doesn't even carry U-turn. Which if it does, then is this just a dual stabbing Mega Beedrill with no coverage? That'd be kind of odd in all honesty. But yeah, either way, digression aside, I do get to take out this Mega Beedrill with Sharpedo, which is basically what I could have done earlier, but at the same time, he had a lot of switch-ins, such as Shaman, to kind of deal with Sharpedo, so I didn't want to risk that. And the Pikachu, I don't know if the Pikachu had static, so, or if they carry static, because this is a Ash-Pikachu from the looks of it. So yeah, I don't know if they carry static or Lightning Rod, but I didn't want to risk using Sharpedo take Pikachu out, because if not, I could get paralyzed or something. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting battle. Good game to Xavier. Thank you all for watching this battle. This is just a quick battle that I wanted to showcase because, yeah, I got to use Latias' Electrium Z move, which was something I didn't get to show before. So yeah, but yeah, now that I get to show that, there was another thing that I could have shown with Among Us, but I just didn't feel like showing it for some reason. I don't know what went into my mind when that happened. I guess I was preoccupying myself too much with the battle that at the same time I just felt like it wasn't necessary to show it. So yeah, but oh well. Once again, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next battle, but for now, just take it easy.